Welcome to a tutorial about MyUW, the one-stop shop for most things that you may need when you're looking around at the University of Washington. So it's my.uw.edu is the web address to go here, and you'll log in with your NetID and your password. And when you first log in, you have your home page, and on the home page, you'll see in the middle of the screen you've got a notices section about anything that's changed. It shows your autumn teaching schedule or the particular quarter, and then has a list of courses, and you can access those courses. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then you have your schedule. It shows up there, and then you have some resources at the bottom. More importantly so, though, is over here on the right-hand side, you have quick links and things like Workday, which is quite important. Zoom is pretty important in there. Managing your UW NetID account, that's also in there. And then managing other NetIDs if you have those NetIDs. Those are pretty important ones. I won't go into that on this one. And then, but over on the left-hand side, you have teaching, and that's the one I want to talk about today. So when we click on teaching, this opens the teaching, and for autumn quarter, which is a quarter we have coming up, it shows any courses that you have that you're teaching during that quarter, and within that you see a number of different things. So we see the title of the course and the course number. So right here at the top, it shows your meeting times, your room, whether there's a final exam date, and you can confirm that final exam. And then you have the option of taking a look at your enrollment. So you can view a class list, or you can actually just download it directly. So let's take a look at this view class list. This pops up and gives you all the information about each of your students. And then if they've submitted a photo, you can actually click on the photo grid, and it will actually show the student photos from the photo grid. But from here, I can use the download CSV button, and that's going to download my student list as a file. And so I'll just go ahead and I'm not going to download that right now, but that's just give you an Excel file of what your student list is. Other things you find on this page is the number of students that are enrolled, the course stats. We'll look at that in a minute. That's an interesting dashboard to look at. But then you have a couple of things underneath course materials, and one that we don't use much anymore is the create mailing list. So when you're down here on this link right here, this actually creates a mailman mailing list so you can communicate with your students outside of Canvas. For the most part, people are not creating mailing lists now. They're just using the tools inside of Canvas to communicate with their students. You also have a direct link to your Canvas course, so that's a nice one to have. And then you also have additional information about what kind of grading system you're using, who your instructors of record, grades, who are the delegates who can submit grades if you can't. And then it has the date for grade submission, so you always know where that is. Another nice thing on this page is the course materials on the right-hand side, where you can order your textbooks or do course reserves from the library, course packs. But then you also have web tools and services. So it gives you direct links to Canvas, to the Panoptical lecture capture system, Poll Everywhere, grade page. So this is where you're going to get the link to grade page to submit your final grades, or if you need to change your final grades, your course evaluations, and then of course links to Google Apps, Office 365, and Zoom, which are very popular. On the teaching strategies, you've got some great resources here with the Center for Teaching Learning and some information on your course and syllabus design, inclusivity, engagement strategies, hybrid online course design. So these are all great pages created by the UW for you to find that information. The other thing is you have this course statistics dashboard. So this is an interesting dashboard that you can look at, and it gives you some historical data and some current data for the course that you're going to be using. So currently for LIS 520A in this one, I've got 38 students who registered out of 38. You have a cumulative GPA of those students for, currently in the course. You have some historical data, how many students have you taught in this course, what was their GPA, what was the course GPA, and then lots of information about who the declared majors and stuff were. And then you can get a list of previous lecturers for this particular course. In a nutshell, that covers everything you need to know about the MyUW portal as it relates to your teaching at the University of Washington. I hope you found this helpful.